Hi guys, my name is Indigo Skylight and we are going to do a very in-depth view of Ravine. As my first video, I didn't have a working mic, so I'm going to redo it, and this time I can talk to you, which should hopefully make it easier. Okay, so first time going to the Ravine. It's near a place near a cold crater, which is just behind me. Now to get here, you simply just need to go to these coordinates right here. And we are going to in-depth look at where the shroom spawns are, what type they are, and how you can plan better to get them. So let's begin. So obviously, going to the coordinates I showed you, your first shroom is here, just at the beginning of the forest towards crater. Now, I'm not going to eat all of them because it'll take forever, but I'm going to show you. So this is a random spawn. Now this can either be green or orange. In this case, it is green, which is bleh. But that is your first spawn. Now starting at the beginning of the ravine, we're going to slowly make our way up. And we get to this dip here. This is your second spawn point. Also, this is another rando spot. Again, so it can either be green or orange. Always check every half an hour after you eat these, as they can spawn anywhere between half an hour to an hour. And the third and final place to check down this way is here. Also, another rando spot. So again, orange or green. Then along this line, there are no other shroom spots in this area. So we're going to move up to the more iconic places. So we ignore pretty much all of this area until we get to this outcrop. Now this will bring you to, which has many names, ledge, wall, the wall of doom I tend to call it. And this is a permanent orange spawn point. So no matter what, it will always throw orange shrooms. Like that. And seeing as we are here, I am going to scoff it. Also, you can see down below the other two spots. They too are both rando spots. So they too can also throw oranges or greens. Depending on what you get, depends how lucky you are. Now, the wall, interestingly enough, which I've just eaten, that spawns every half an hour to an hour without fail. Sometimes it can be a bit longer, but it never goes past an hour. Never. So when you eat it, set a timer for half an hour. This is how I do it, and it's proven very successful. Set a timer for half an hour. Before that timer is up, always fill your dragon up. Drink and eat until you are full, because the shroom could spawn a couple of seconds after, or it could spawn half an hour to an hour. Either way, you want to be prepared. And so this is another rando spot. This one here, orange or green. And here, which I nicknamed Little Hill, is also rando. Now, moving on from there, if you pivot down here, you see we have another green, because I'm really lucky today. Also, this is a dead server because all the shrooms would have been eaten and you guys would not see it. So I'm doing this on a dead server just so you guys can see where all the shrooms are. This one also a rando. So green or orange. Now this is how I always do it. I always head up and work my way down just because it's easier. Now, nickname for this one is Big Hill. Big Hill always spawns orange. This is another permanent orange spot. Now, the timers for this one varies. It can be anywhere up to being an hour to 2 hours to 2.5 hours. It's always best to just come and check every half an hour. Again, this one right here, rando spot. Then I always just let myself drop. Do not try and fly off there. You'll only just head for a disaster, lose control, and headbutt the wall, which I have done. I'd like to not mention how many times. So here, another green. And then if you just scoot your butt down here, you've got another green, which is basically all the greens you see have the potential to be oranges. And the only way to do that is to eat them. Eat the greens to make way for the orange. So, oh, and do not try to run up here because you'll just fall. Always walk. Again, another rando spot. The only permy spots in this area is the wall or ledge and the big hill. Whee! Now, here where you see this delightfully poisonous mushroom is technically another green or orange spawn, but this one hasn't been eaten since restart by the looks of it. So it still remained as the restart mushroom. Moving on from there, if you need water, you go here. It's a good stop off point. Also gives you a run off so you don't get stuck. Now moving on to the next spots. We have another rando spot. Obviously, another yummy, delicious, yucky green. And then, next one from here is this one. Also, rando spot. And every time I say rando, I mean it has the potential to be orange. So, if you're playing on the US4 server, if you see a green, eat it and note the time. Every time you eat a shroom, note down the time and check every half an hour. Now this spot right here is another permanent orange spawn. So no matter what, it will always be orange. And I'm just going to nom this right up. Now, these next, including this one I'm eating now, they seem to go in a line, more or less. So if that one spawned, it usually means the other two spawns, which I'm about to show you, are either due or getting close. So this area, which I have dubbed Blat, is another permanent orange spawn point. So no matter when or how many times you eat it, it will always be orange. Now, to the last permanent orange spot, we're going to head to what I call the ditch. Which is basically this little ditch right here. This too is another permanent orange spawn point. Now, these spawn points take ages. If you eat this, or any of the last three, including Big Hill, they take absolutely ages to respawn, so always check. Every half an hour, just check them. Yummy. I mean, delicious. Now, the last two spawn points that a lot of newbies tend to miss is down here. So we're going to just ignore all this bit of ravine right here until we get to the pinnacle of this hill. Whee! See? Little buggers are hiding. So to get these, you just drop down, spin around, because you're going to be jumping and flapping all over the place because it's just awkward. And then just crouch. So you've got one spawn here. And the last spawn point is here. And then you've pretty much covered all of the ravine. That is every single FS shroom spawn point in the ravine. And also, if you come out of the ravine and take a hard left, if you're struggling with food or you're new and you don't know where the food is, you have multiple bug mounds. Did I even kill that bug? Yes, I did. There we go. And if you head literally in that direction, you can see mounds in the foreground and the background or whatever ground it is on, but there are spawn points there for bugs. Also heading this way, there are multiple bug spawns. And if you don't like going down in the bottom of the ravine for water, you have a surplus supply of water right here. Walls not included. Let's check mine. Oh, fill up on one of them here. So, yeah. And that is the joy of the ravine. So, I hope this video was a little bit more insightful for you. I hope you have an easier time finding shrooms, seeing as in the polls they were the hardest for, by the poll stats anyway, for you guys. So I hope this is a little bit more insightful. And good luck shrooming. Bye guys.